Welcome back to Otaku, guys. It's time for a live action first impression video. Welcome back to Otaku, guys. Like I said, it is a live action series and it is part of the spring 2024 season, which is why I'm releasing it with the first impressions that I'm releasing here in my channel. I will have a video in about 2 weeks whenever I start redoing videos, because this series definitely it has started a conversation on Crunchyroll and probably other medias as well about if should it even be allowed to be released in Crunchyroll like it is. But I will have a video about that. Basically talking about should Crunchyroll have live action or not, and so on and so forth. But this video is not about that. It is about the actual series. So if you want to watch my thoughts about that, I'll post them later. Before anything, guys, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by content liking and sharing. You guys can find me on social media and other places by checking the description below. I do have quite a bit of first impression videos, anime mainly, here in my channel that are releasing this spring. But this might be one of maybe few first action or live action first impression videos that I'll be adding to my first impression video seasonal videos that I do here in my channel. So we'll see. Before anything, yes, it is live action, but yes, it also comes and stems out of anime, so which is why Crunchyroll probably decided to post it. If you guys have read or heard of Odd Taxi, it was an anime that aired, I believe, like 2 years ago, maybe in 2021. Yeah, 2021 is when the anime aired, and it was 13 episodes. I personally didn't watch the whole thing, but I do know what the anime was about and read the actual manga itself as well. So it follows the story of Otaku, a taxi driver he's kind of antisocial. He was an orphan pretty quickly, and it is a world where animals basically are humans, or they're humanoids, and he is followed by cops and the Yakuza at the same time because of a missing girl case that ends up being that he was the taxi driver of the girl at the day that she went missing. So this series, called RoOT, with the O-N-T at the end capitalized, signaling that it is Odd Taxi or Route to Odd Taxi, is basically the spin-off of this series in the eyes of the investigators. Not really police, but investigators themselves. There is a difference between the two, especially in Japan. Investigators, they're privately owned, mainly contracted privately by people, and they definitely can do less or more unlawful stuff if they want to. Whereas police, very much like the US, they have to follow the rules and all that. So it is kind of a third party, I guess, added to the story. And we follow two individuals in this live action, and these individuals, well, we say senior, but she's been in the investigating group for a while, Rina, and then a guy he's a rookie. His name is Sato. They have this new job in the beginning of the first episode, and then he ends up being beat up by a thug because they're caught taking pictures of, I guess, someone they shouldn't have been taking pictures of. So they take their investigation and they basically lose the job, right? So while they're moping around, they go into a cafe and they are given a job to investigate this mysterious taxi driver called Otaku. Connection right in the beginning, right? So the episode basically leads them to investigate him more just because then there's a second case within the same branch that they're in about a girl's missing, and they realize that he is a taxi driver that last took her to whatever, right? So they end up paying this girl to install a hidden camera in his taxi car to investigate him. And at the end of the episode, they're basically watching him in the camera, trying to figure out what all he's doing and what all he's gonna do, right? And the guy Sato is talking to the investigator girl. He's like, "Oh yeah, the girl's very pretty," and she's like, "Wait, they haven't shown her on the news. How do you know she's pretty?" So he confesses to her that he looked into the documents of the boss, who he shouldn't have, and in documents he saw the girl. So she goes into the documents as well and looks into information. Again, they're not above the law, or they don't really care about the law. So some of this stuff, fishy, gray area stuff, they don't care too much. And well, she ends up actually recognizing the girl. That's how the episode ends. I don't know if like she's a friend of her or what, but she does end up recognizing her. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. I don't know actually, and I'm going through this list of characters here on the wiki of Odd Taxi, but I don't think these characters come out in the actual anime. I did watch a few episodes, but I don't recognize them. I don't recognize these characters at all. So I think this is kind of definitely a different direction they want to take to the story, but it's still the same story. So did I like it? You know, it's a live action. Live actions are hard because, first of all, they're humans. Obviously, there's no animals. So coming from an anime where all the characters were animals and now they're all humans, it is a little odd. I do understand people being turned off by it because of that. The other thing is, it definitely, the humor that they use definitely is anime manga based humor, and it sometimes comes off cheesy if you're watching it. But I will say, as standalone, like if you were not to have watched Odd Taxi or known of Odd Taxi, I think it's still a decent series. Now, right now, it has those 2 stars. A lot of people are giving it 1 star on Crunchyroll because of it being a live action. Like, they don't want it to be a live action. Now, there is people who are responding like, why all the hate? I like it, so on and so forth. Some people are just going to the comedical side and say, wow, I really enjoy the 3D animation, top notch. Personally, I do appreciate live action here on Crunchyroll. I will give more thoughts on it. Do I believe it belongs there? Well, I'll make a video on it. But for now, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I do have first impression anime series here. That's the main thing that I'll be posting. So check those out. Thank you again for your love and support, guys. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.